Hey, uh, so last weekend we missed our shift with the feds. These things happen, but the cool thing about federal jobs is that they typically belong to a union, so you're guaranteed paid time off, particularly for these higher positions. So Miss Faden didn't miss a thing. She can just kind of kick it when she needs to, so long as there's time on the books, and then come right on back to work. It's super easy shit. Uh, Downright equitable. We had come across a whiteboard that I went, that'll take too long the last time. I was just kind of feeling the flow of playing Control, which is definitely high up there on my list of games that I favor. But we're in the intro now, so I thought that I would read what we found on the whiteboard the last time we were here. It goes as follows. Somewhere along the line, things went weird. No one was sure how this happened, whether it was something caused by someone or something, or if it just happened by itself. There were a lot of stories, everyone had a theory of how it had happened, of which maybe the weirdest, and perhaps only fittingly singled out, here was the talk about the strange golden space helmet that someone had found, and a secret research project to replicate and manufacture those helmets. It was said that the helmets opened a way to another place different from this one, but whether that other was actually a place or just something that came over when you were wearing the helmet, no one knew. Not even the scientists in charge of the project. In any case, where is it? Because the writing curves, you see. In any case, there we go. In any case, the myth went the helmets, or the people trying them on, brought the other closer here, and things got weird. Things that people had learned to take for granted, like technology and physics and religions and time and stuff, just stopped working like they were supposed to, stopped altogether, or became something different. There were lots of accidents and terrible catastrophes at first, and most people died and disappeared, and some places it rained flowers and in others blood, and sometimes the other was very close and everything rippled and warped as something big and the other passed close by, and sometimes it was even almost like the old times. In time, people adjusted and adapted and learned to use the new things and laws to fix some of the old, but mostly as time went, people just forgot that things had ever been different, and the weird became normal. Everyone, at least everyone who believed in the myth, thought that the golden helmets and those who wore them were bad, and they seemed to have a point for those in the golden helmets even while they were hardly ever seen anymore, were often, on those rare occasions, doing bad things. Luckily, the other gave many people strange abilities, and a few heroes rose to fight the bad things, and there were lots of these bad things, and lots of good things as well. But now, even more than before, the other things were ambiguous and never simple or clear, and people barely could tell the good from the bad. In any case, things went on and it was almost never boring. And there's your, catalog of most recent events as it pertains to the golden helmets. In red at the bottom, who wrote this? Report to Dr. Darling. And there we have it. There are other whiteboards, but they tend to be clearer. This one, like I said, the text kind of bends, and it's a little bit hard to parse because sometimes handwriting gets very cramped. Anyway, what have we got? We're doing something. We had just driven Tomasi back into the tubes, where he's gonna hang out, so I think we have to access maintenance in order to get down to the reactor. I'm pretty sure that's where we're at. So, I mean, you know, janitor's assistant clocking in, right? Yes to the thing. Okay, the thing is being done. Have eyes? And I'll put an eye on you. We got a thumbs up from the witch. It's got flashing lights, so if you're sensitive to these things, you know the deal. Hey, it's triangles. Down and down and down into forever. Some people say that they don't see triangles, that they see other shapes, but I'm tracking them from this point here, the point where we stop seeing shapes and on out, and these are triangles laid on top of each other. If you see other shapes, that's also fun and fine. We're talking about a thing of some sort of energy on a frequency. You get why it would be triangles, right? With the pyramids and everything. Hey, y'all just checking it out? Yeah, fiddle with that knob on the emergency light. Oh, okay, it's the janitor. Alright. I was going, what the fuck am I hearing? What's happening now? Yeah, the P6 data, you fucking idiot. Well, that's the elevator. And this is where we're hearing. You're right. Okay, boss is calling. Have you seen these people? Nope. Nope. Ain't seen any of them. How about you? Miss Faden looks good in that picture, doesn't she? Touch. Maintenance.
Like I said before, the janitor is a friendly face.
Of course he is. He's got a name, you know. He told it to you. And
the maintenance sector is the janitor domain. If I can find Ahti here, he can help me reach the override.
well, it's where.
Maybe it was you who got me into the oldest house with the lockdown on.
No, you did that yourself.
Maybe it was Ahti.
No, you did that yourself. He invited you.
He made the elevator appear that took me to Trench's office.
Okay.
Is Ahti guiding me too?
Yes. Also, this isn't his domain. This is just where he works. His domain is something different. And if you're wondering what that domain may be, well, it's right in his name. There we go. That's what we need. Who taught you the fucking finger roll there, kid? We don't have clearance level 2, even though we are in charge of this place and I'm not allowed to just destroy it. Horse shit. Moody.
The directorial override is right there, in the control room.
So are those guys. We're working on it. You know, that's not great in there. It's not great up there. Wakey wakey. You done? Nope, not yet. We've decided we're not ready to cede our control of this place. That's alright. Okay. They've been convinced. Touch. good shit. We don't need Blackrock yet. We will, though. We're gonna head towards the janitor's office. That's one. That's two. You gonna keep them coming? Yeah, it looks like it. How'd you get over there? I guess maybe from over there. It's hanging out in the stairwell. Alright. Wrong button. We'll fix that later. We'll see what's down here. Some very clean machinery for a building this old. Usually these things are just lousy with rust and all kinds of signs of wear and negligence. It's a very, if it's not broken, don't fix it kind of place. We are in New York. We need this. Yeah, that. We need that.
Ugh. This place makes me nauseous.
Why? It's fine.
Object of power.
Uh-huh.
How do you think it got down here?
Well, it made this spot. Or tunneled to it, rather.
Why is kid stuff always so creepy?
It's fine. We gotta ride the pony. It's fine. We get a dodge, finally. Not entirely sure what the problem is there. Alrighty. Okay. It seems like we were experiencing some connectivity issues. As y'all know, there's little that we can do about Comcast being Comcast. We'll have to move before that's fixed, and we will, but it'll be a moment. Gold enemies are immune. We just gotta bounce. We did it. We're friends for life.
Let's see the Hiss keep up with me now.
It's got a pretty good distance on it. This is going to combo with another ability in just a little while. Alright. Whoop. We forgot to move our feet there for a second. Queen of Hearts. Somebody was playing cards. Was it you? It was. Hang on a second. Oh, it's diamonds. Alright. I thought I had caught a cheater. Oh, let's have a look, right? The merry-go-round horse. Objects should be kept in a confined space when unbound. It is a fiberglass horse once used as a seat for a merry-go-round ride. The pole is still connected to the object. The object is capable of moving short distances at high speeds. This can be quite dangerous when redacted its path. The object is currently bound by redacted, well, us now. The object was discovered at the site of an abandoned amusement park. Local redacted reported that the rides would move on their own and that they would be chased out. When these rumors reached the Bureau, see America Overnight episode 235, agents were dispatched to investigate. 3 local redacted were found dead at the scene. Rough. The object attacked Agent Redacted by redacted. Agents invoked Formula C.5 to redacted the object long enough to redacted. Somebody would like to... Yes, hello? Correct. Ish, sorta, yeah. Uh-huh. Sure. Thanks and see you later. Janitor's office. Should be right over there. Do we have bits? Fucking of course we do. Got a poster of himself, which is weird. What's up, boss? You're standing there, same pose as the poster, huh?
Well done. You got the job. It's place for congratulations. Yippee, saatana. It happened in the last drop. I truly need an assistant.
Funny thing is, I've been a janitor. I'm more at home in that role than as the director. Only Ati here seems to see that.
Yeah, hi, Ati. Look, we need to get the lockdown lifted, otherwise I can't get to the other sectors. Can you help me get to the override?
Yes, easy peasy. It's just around the corner. But first, we need to get you working. Very small, couple of hours job.
Something tells me it's gonna be more than that.
You think there's a dog buried in this? I can tell you are not yesterday's Krause's son. That's why you'll make a great assistant. Very well. I'll hit the facts on the table. Mä kyllä sanon perkele suoraan, että this house has a vermin problem. A bad one. They've already messed up the cooling pumps. And the power generators of a power plant, perkele. And the pensioner inside is starting to feel the band around his head tighten. The situation needs to be fixed before the plant blows up. And we all disappear like a fart in Sahara.
Trying my best to keep up with this.
No,
Fix the coolant pumps and the power generators, otherwise the power plant will blow?
Yes.
But don't you worry. I've left you clear instructions.
And given you all the context you need, Faden, come on.
Before I go to my vacation. The work's on the task board here. You can do later, when you have time.
Vacation.
Appreciate it.
Right.
Yes, no one's gonna cancel my holiday or seat's gonna rattle. But don't worry at all. You'll take care of it, and soon this crisis gonna be last winter's snow. You better go now, so you don't have to run with your head as your third leg. The door in the back leads to the plant.
The door in the back. That's great. Thank you, Ati.
Appreciate it, bud. Also, hey, Faden. He can hear you when you're thinking. He can hear me. There's a reason for that. We'll deal with that in a bit. Yep.
Burn the trash. Throw it in the fire. Burn it all.
Oh.
Turn it into a reindeer, not into a moose.
Chief, you ain't gotta tell me twice. But again, he knows that. Flammable gas. Anyway, that's ventilation. We've now opened a shortcut.
Okay, so what happens again if that thing blows up?
The pensioner inside.
Explosion.
Yeah, there you go.
Too much.
Mm-hmm.
Director's duty.
Solving a coolant problem. Yeah, we'll answer that ghost phone in a second. There's a pensioner inside who is, well, probably not a good host for this extra-dimensional resonance. An escaped one. It escaped the Panopticon a couple of weeks ago, and they wanted everyone to keep an eye out. So if anyone sees a merry-go-round horse zipping around the sector, alert me immediately. Do not try to contain it on your own, and definitely don't bind it to yourself. Oops. Your security chief. I'm going to guess Simon, not necessarily Simone, but it could be. I'm not sure how they pronounce the name. Arish. We're here, we may as well. Tell me about Northmoor.
Northmoor was director before me. I never wanted his job. I never wanted power. I purposefully avoided it, didn't trust it, didn't want to rely on it. Northmoor was all about power. A man like an explosion, hungry for authority, for order, for more, until it was too much. I had to find a solution in the end, contain the situation. Northmoor never liked me, but he went along with it, to his credit. He didn't really have a choice. I suppose at the end of the day, a director's most basic duty is to keep the lights on. Here's to you, Northmoor. There were no prime candidates waiting in the wings, but I was there. Had been the whole time, keeping my head down, working my ass off. I had nothing to lose. I picked up the gun almost on a dare.
Well, there we have it. So it's just like Ati said. I would hope at some point in time Miss Phaeton recognizes that he's been telling her nothing but the truth. Hey. There's people here. People, not, the messy remnants of people. I'm gonna steal stuff from your shelter, alright? Really, I'm doing it again. It's not really stealing. We're in charge. We can just have this. See?
Hey, are you new? Go talk with Chief Arish in the security booth. He's in charge here.
I'm your boss. Is that a water-cooled gun? Yeah, it fucking is. It's a Maxim. Jesus Christ. Alright. There we go. This works again. Abilities. So. We got points, right? Yeah, we got 3 points. That would need 2. We want that because we want counters first. Always counters first. Then we'll snag this for some extra sauce. Sounds fair? Sounds fair. And we can upgrade these grips as well. Extra mod slot. We need more source bits. A few more ritual impulses. So it goes. We can probably get a couple of those from just taking things apart. Let's see what it is that we've got available. Reload speed we probably want to keep. -8, -8. No sense in keeping them both. Okie doke. Oh, wait, hang on. 20, 24. Mulch that. Because we're only going to end up with 3, and there'll be better ones later as well. This is the thing we don't want all that red stuff getting into.
Ma'am! Hey! Chief Arish, FBC Security. Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
I mean, hey Chief Arish, you looking for a promotion? Cause, well, there may be one open. Security matters. Simon, turns out. I got your message. Yeah, if someone in the sector is asking about Ahti, just tell him you'll handle it and leave it at that. Under no circumstances should any personnel intervene with his day-to-day routine. I told you everything I know about him so you could better deal with his odd habits, but yes, it's still very much a classified matter. Also, I saw your report about the quarry worker who wandered into the Foundation. Detaining him was the right move. We'll figure out what he saw before we decide on next steps. Cheers, Lynn. P.S. In case you hadn't noticed, something is up between Trench and Darling. I know this isn't your strong suit, but try your best to stay out of it. You got a good head on your shoulders, Arish. I like that you're willing to get into things.
They all have HRAs. We're on the same side.
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm here to perform the directorial override to get the lockdown lifted.
Yeah, Chief Arish, FBC Security. I'm just... Oh, hang on, you're the new director.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure, ma'am.
Let's skip the formalities, please.
Right. Faden, ma'am.
Little starstruck kid.
You can probably tell, it's a bit of a shit show down here. We've been holding our ground, but whatever's gotten into our buddies has them wrecking the coolant pumps and the power converters. The NSC keeps overheating, and my crews keep getting shot before they have a chance to make any repairs.
NSC?
Oh, sorry. Bureau jargon. It's what we call the power plant. You know, the big rumbling metal thing? Salvador, head of security, asked me to protect it in case of an attack. See, what's inside is dangerous. Dr. Darling seemed to know it would be a target.
Darling? He's here?
No, he came down a few days ago, before everything went to hell. He was out of it. Smelled like a bar mat. He was ranting about vulnerabilities and how he only had one large-scale HRA, but that he needed it somewhere else. Still, at least he gave us these personal HRAs before he left. Hey, did I mention that he was tearing his clothes off? Crazy dude.
Darling knew the hiss was coming.
Yeah.
Listen, I love playing 20 questions as much as the next guy, but we have got to get the water and electrical systems repaired before this baby blows.
You got it.
I'll have my guys unlock the doors out of here for you.
I'll take care of it. You stay and keep the hiss away from the plant if you can.
The hiss? That's what we're calling him? Well, that's catchy. Oh, listen, the radios aren't working, so if you find my boss Salvador out there, could you please ask him what the plan is? I'm sure he will have one by now.
I'll keep an eye out for him.
He sure has a lot of faith in his boss.
Bit of a bootlicker, but who isn't in security? It's fine. By the way, Simon, you're promoted. You got something else for me?
When the converters and coolant pumps I hope.
Yeah. You got something else for me? No? Okay.
I should be going.
Right. You gotta lock down the lift.
Yeah, we're good. Give me this. I need it. Y'all stay inside.
Blockages and pipes sealed.
Alright.
Keeping my eyes open. We ain't out of the woods yet.
Yeah, you would fucking better. So it doesn't look like we're taking this elevator yet. Which means we'll be circling around that way. Yeah, that's a problem up there. Okay. Coolant pumps, converters, coolant pumps. Yes. Hey look, it's a new type of boy. Oh. Eventually that'll clear. We made a mess. Alright, we're good. Okie doke and okie doke. Y'all got any more of those in the coolant pumps? Okay.
Power. Replace the parts.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Ow. Where's the other one? Did he die in the explosion? Oh no, there he is. Eat shit. Alright. Oh hey, there's a furnace. We can burn up the trash. It pays to take these things like that. You want to work smarter, not harder. Alright. Some of these pipes are no longer obscured by impossible geometry, so that's good. You know how it can be. Let's burn some garbage. That looks like garbage. This is what I want.
Trash. Did Ati mean barrels full of hazardous biological material?
Yeah. Yes. What did you think we were doing? Is this one? No. It's not glowing. At some point in time, we'll be able to pick up more than one of these at a time. That'll be nice.
Looks like I'm breaking some environmental regulations for waste disposal, but if that's what Ati wants, then I'll get it done.
It's fine. I promise there's not a traditional exit to this. Give me this. A little bit more. I think like what, 2 more? We just gotta figure out where they've been packaged. That's embers. Likely down there somewhere though. Oh, there's stuff too. Hang on. Where's the fucking stairs? Did you guys not have... Oh, they're there. Alright. There's readables, too. Mail tube complaint. I agree, Pi. Hey, Bozer. Get this. The accounting department still says they haven't received my expense reports. They say the receipts probably got lost in the tubes because of a shift or a threshold or some such fuckery, and that if I don't have the originals, they can't verify my expenses for reimbursement. This is such bullshit. Why do we even use the fucking tubes if they just spit our mail out in some other goddamn dimension? Just venting here before I make a formal complaint. Useless pieces of shit. Rodriguez. Hiss charged. Examples of extreme physical deformation resulting from Hiss corruption. Hiss charged display an unthinking fixation on any non-corrupted individuals in the area. Once within a specific proximity, they erupt in a burst of focused Hiss resonance. So dense that it acts as a physical force. Well, I mean, even if it wasn't dense, if it was very diffuse, it would still have the capability of acting as a physical force. But whatever. The Hiss charged is depleted of corruption after this eruption, and the host is left lifeless. The behavior may be an adaptive response to the HRAs. The Hiss charged are designed to blow the devices off potential hosts, exposing them to the resonance. Is the Hiss capable of customizing a corrupted host's altered ability to this degree? Why is the physiology of the Hiss charge so dramatically different from the host's original form? Lots of questions, no answers. Refer to file redacted for a full report. No, I read that. It's not unread at all. See? Okay. Back to what we were doing. Here's a green glow. Here, just hang out up there for right now. Thank you. None of those. This, though. Do you have anything glowing green back here? No. Okie doke. There we are. And look at that, 2 more ability points.
Dr. Pierce, lead researcher of the Parakinesiology Department. I believe I've discovered a Code Omega paranatural entity residing within the Bureau itself. Right under our noses. Darling refused to allocate me the budget or resources, so I'm taking matters into my own hands. Let this recording be the proof I need to convince them. The furnace can speak. It's been talking to me for some time now. Listen. Did you hear that? It's a sentient force, capable of communicating. I checked, and there's no record of ever installing this furnace. I believe that... Oh, sorry. What? Yes, I can feed you. What do you eat? I see. I'll try to find some volunteers.
Well, you know how that can be. Let's see if we can hear it. Hello? I got nothing. How about you? Well, so we've taken care of the trash. Let's spend some points. Launch basic, boys. Well, that's gonna cost 3. We'll do that. Alright, and now we're following tubes. Some of those lights are very harsh with the
Just hold together a little longer.
with the RTX on. That's a problem, we'll deal with it later. See how useful that is? That's just nice. It got stuck. It's where we want to be. And I hear chanting.
Bro, go to ship. Fix it fast.
Alright.
If the plant goes wrong, we can throw the spoon at the core.
I'm working on it, fam. I'm working on it. See, this is why I wanted it. Because we can now hurl them as bombs for us. And that's not only pleasant just to do, but helpful. Anyway, we got one pump on. I want to see what's going on around here before I start the next one. That's 2, and it's got goop. This is a different kind of goop, though. We have to worry less about this goop than we do about other goop.
Shit. What now?
My old enemy, the Glock, is blocking the pipes. You need to deal with that shit. He is very clever. He's trying to sneak in. We got him caught with his hand in the fish trap.
Okay, we will. So Ahti knows the clog. Let's get this going in the meantime, because partial cooling is still more stable than none. Anybody have something to say about that? Nah, you do. Enjoy. Down. There you are. Another one down? Yeah, 2. No, that one was up. Okay. Wonder what that was. Well, oh well, time to go deal with the clog. So we can start this last coolant pump. I suppose we could rip that off? Is that what you're telling me by highlighting it? Yeah. Well, that seems to have made things worse. What did we learn? This is the clog. We gotta pop them pustules. He does that, too. It's pretty gross.
What the hell is that?
It's the clog.
Disgusting thing I've ever seen.
It's pretty gross. We don't want to touch that. There we are. Yeah, one more. You know, a lot of maintenance workers in New York City would swear that fatbergs like this are sentient and malicious. They're supposed to be extremely nasty things to deal with, and the smell is awful, and, well, all kinds of grease and stuff like that is usually just unspeakably gnarly to deal with when it gets old and used and commingled with other things, and it has a way of commingling with other things. It's really just a terrible substance. Should use less of it in general, particularly for cooking. Okay. It would seem for the moment.
I don't like that sound. There go the pipes. Nothing more satisfying than manual labor.
Oh, that's not true. There are plenty of things more satisfying, but this'll do. We want the converters next, but there's a problem with the elevator. Hey, is that you? Yeah. We'll get through that. Ow. His gun's better than mine. The thing is that his aim isn't. And he can't do this. There we go. We'll read about them in a moment or two. Right now we have a reactor to fix, right? And all kinds of shit that I threw at him. Ugh, that mold is everywhere. Real problem for these concrete buildings. They trap moisture. Well. There it is. moving tends to throw off Director Faden's aim. To be fair, it throws off everybody's aim. Something exploded. Ah, those exploded. I see, that makes sense. Get that shit out of here. We good? Seems good. I mean, it's now a mess, but... you know, that's fine. Spin rate fire boost. We don't have spin yet. We will. Alright. Energy converters. Get those back online, get the electrical system sorted. Anger the gods just a little bit. Whatever that was, it was marked fragile. And would you look at that, it looks like we're done. There's the converters. Central maintenance. Y'all got bits over here for me? Hello, bits? No. Not looking like it. That's okay. Alright, so... yes. Yes, this one. An locked door. Where does the locked door go to? No, just the elevator. Or an elevator. It's not the one that we were on. This one goes down. To Black Rock, NSC control room, and the power plant proper, so we'll be using that shortly. Yeah, I'm working on it.
This place is gonna come down.
Yes, it is. It's fine. That's too close. Thank you. And we're good. Pi's got thoughts. You don't want to touch that just yet.
It's fried up. You need to fix it before the old twin fans inside the plant has a shit fit.
Got it. Maybe we can get a closer look at one of their bodies. They're kind of burnt out from the inside. Y'all got more? So yes. Try not to get bogged down in there where they have all kinds of elevation on me. It's a supernatural fight, but it is a gunfight still. There it is. Okay. Anything up here for us to... Oh, there it is. A good defense. We want that. We also want this. Speaking of throwing a shit fit, I'm expecting more friends. Don't see them yet, but I'm sure we will. Wrong button. And that'll explode. So, there we go. Great. Yes? Oh, I've picked up the jack. We don't need the jack. As expected. Here. Ow. Who's got the rocket? Yeah, you do. Get up. That seems as if it's done it. Okay. That's the control room. Nice ups.
Won't blow up. Let's go lift the lockdown.
Let's find out where that training room is. See if we can spot it on a sign. Might be through the control room. Let's see. Ventilation, access corridor. It's up there. So, through the control room it is. Because a good defense will be one of those abilities that I told you was going to combo into things. We want defensive abilities. Witches are prone to ignoring them. This is a mistake, but it's just how they are. They don't tend to like to think of the world as dangerous. Upcoming game reminder. Hazard? For the next game, it's Wednesday at 8, usual spot. Hazard owes $20. Arish, still on a fucking winning streak. Someone please figure out how he's cheating. Thompson, suspended for a game because of that shady dealing incident. Guy. Okay, so I owe Guy $60. I bought beers last time, so it's Hepston Stall's turn. Remus. The Hiss Trooper. Meant to be the first agents to enter unknown AWEs, those are altered world events, thresholds, or other paranaturally hazardous situations. They are heavily armored and heavily armed in preparation for the worst. As a result of their role, Hiss Troopers have access to the heaviest armor and weaponry from the Bureau Armory, including military-grade chain guns, and grenade launchers. In addition to their already formidable FBC-issued armor, the hiss resonance surrounding these entities is dense enough to stop bullets, well, to burn them. If forced to engage one of these, be sure to make use of any available cover. Also note that to the telekinetically talented, like Miss Faden here, enemy grenades can be a welcome source of ammunition. Refer to file redacted for full report. Home safe tests. Utilization of paranatural elements munitions testing on OOP-22, aka Home Safe. The safe object of power can produce a barrier using objects or materials from its immediate vicinity. See OOP-22 case file for more details. Bureau Rangers were given permission to employ heavy weaponry against a para-utilitarian bound to this object in order to gauge the barrier's durability. Redacted and redacted velocity ammunition were tested with redacted results. Testing will continue after redacted. The safe object of power is clearly a viable candidate for use in combat response scenarios, allowing para-utilitarians to participate in altered engagements would be an advantage worth considering. Refer to file 8-53-8367 for full report. This is, I think this is just the furnace research, yeah.
My name is Dr.
Yeah, we know. You said it talked to you and I couldn't hear anything. Which I find offensive. I can't believe that the fire would refuse to speak to me. We remember this. There it is. Well, we ruined those. But whatever, right? We've unfucked more than we've fucked.
To protect them. Forces contain a lockdown can only be lifted by a directorial override.
We'll talk about that in a second. It's a key. Alrighty.
That's it. The other sector should be open now.
Yep, lights are
I
on.
think it's time I told Emily why I'm here.
You should have just come right out with it. Yeah.
You two should get to know each other.
Oh, you. Okay, yeah. Sure, triangles can do it. I already know Miss Pope. Dr. Pope, I should say. Wash your hands. Office rules of conduct. Yeah, we got that. Book club. Nothing new on the post boards. That's to the elevator. That's the access corridor up there. So, a whole lot of places should now be available for us to poke and prod at. Open. I want to go this way. That's 2, which we now have clearance for. Thanks to our boss. Book club. Lopez. Unless you. Review by Captain Lopez. These days, most YA novels intertwine the coming-of-age story with either a contrived dystopian setting or a tragic romance. Unless you manage to do both. I like Captain Lopez already. In this story, the protagonist and her love interest search for a cure for a virus called the Fix, which is simultaneously killing her and spreading across the whole world. To find the cure, they go on expeditions into dangerous uncharted territories. The people all live in walled cities now because dystopian future. And along the way, they just have to fall in love. I liked how we never got to know if the fix was ever actually fixed. The ending was bold, especially for YA. The main character succumbs to the fix when she's so close to the cure and commands her love interest to go on and save the world. She knows this is the end for her, but that the job can still get done. She dies out in the unknown, alone and surrounded by danger, but never loses sight of the goal. That's a good soldier's death. I give this book a 3 out of 5. I feel most of the teenage angst is a little lost on me, but I'd recommend it to my brother's kids. Yay. Hey, kids, you know you like that YA stuff. Well, she beefs it at the end. Remember, the state requires your blood. Sacrifices must be made. Alright. Through here we go. There's our access. We got to go up, I think. Touch. Maintenance sector. I think that's where they said the field training thing was. Yes'm? Yes'm. Out here and to the right. Oh yeah, no other, that felt too easy. Alright. Thresholds. The oldest house is a place in flux. Thresholds appear with no warning. What the threshold will contain is a question we can only answer once it manifests. The widely accepted theory is that thresholds are dimensions vibrating on a redacted frequency different from our own. When these frequencies match, the threshold, my mouth is quit, will manifest in the oldest house, which acts as a redacted. Others theorize thresholds are parallel universes or possibly our own reality at a different point in time. Some believe our collection of altered materials affects the house or attracts these thresholds. We do know for certain that thresholds are not permanent. Eventually, the frequency will shift. Some believe Earth itself is just another threshold connected to the oldest house, which is actually rooted in some other reality. This theory, while impossible to disprove, causes redacted in those who learn of it, so it is actively denied. Refer to File 5-05-1181 for full report. I mean, you know the answer to all of that is just yes, right? Is it our world at a different time? Yes. Is it a different dimension? Yes. Field agent training. I'd like to file a formal complaint regarding the unauthorized use of my voice in a state of quality that I did not agree on. The fact that they were planning to use material from what I thought was a rehearsal was not communicated to me at all. Had it been, I would have disallowed the use of those recordings. I want use of the Ranger Field Testing Course recorded messages to halt immediately. I will not stand for this humiliation among my peers. I will go to HR with this if necessary. Signed, Randall Pulaski. Randall, pull the stick out of your ass. Also, again, speaking as a native child to at least this state, nothing would make me use that recording faster than that letter. I would read it and be like, whoops, I sent it again. That's weird. How could this keep happening, Randall?
So I just read this?
Yes.
Welcome to the Ranger Field Training Course. The course must be completed in the specified amount of time. When you're ready to start, press the button.
Okay.
I always did love obstacle courses.
Course starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Yeah. It's a kill box.
60 seconds remaining.
Okay. Piss.
30 seconds remaining.
We'll have to try this again, I'm sure. Because I fell.
Seconds remaining.
Yeah, I gotta wait for my shit to refill. That definitely ate time.
5 seconds remaining.
Never mind, we're good.
Failed. Course complete. Try again, Ranger. Congratulations, Ranger.
It doesn't even know. Anyway.
This isn't usually part of the course.
No, it's fine. This is how you do it. Open.
Harder to break that shit. It's protecting itself.
Open. There we are. Course failed. Course passed. Try again. Actually, you did it. Never mind. Uh-huh. Yeehaw. This is how we're doing it. Fuck off. I'm gonna wait for that to recharge now. And then we wait. And then we continue. Sometimes they just kind of clip on through it anyway, huh? It happens. And we're waiting. We're almost done. And then just up there. Okay, looks like they no longer care. I guess because we can't maintain it while we're climbing. This is ours now. Hey. We'll just siphon small amounts of life from that. We'll peg that guy with his friend's corpse. All's good. Oh, that's just a sack. I was wondering if there was just a crumpled body, or if I had done that and forgotten what the story was. Research. Plastic trees. Must be contained in a soundproof cell. This is Holiday Memories tree. A Holiday Memories brand white plastic tree with green plastic stand. The item repeats words and phrases spoken within range of redacted feet, always in a tone below redacted hertz. This verbal mimicry has profoundly distressing effects on the individual it is copying. The item was taken from the Redacted, a Canadian research station established on Ross Island in Antarctica, where it was used to celebrate the holiday season. In 1979, solar radiation damaged the radio, severing the base's only means of communication with the world. After the frozen passages opened, a military expedition visited the base to re-establish contact. They found the base's occupants in various states of madness, rambling about voices in the tree. Military personnel discovered they also heard the tree speaking. After locking the item in a supply crate, they brought it back to the mainland, at which point the Bureau intervened and said, "Hang on. Give me the grumble tree."
So much is expected from the director. The responsibility, the privilege to steer the Bureau into dangerous waters and safely out again. To inspire and lead its people, to protect them. The board is there to advise you, but they want things in return. You hold all this in your old, trembling hands. I had to lose everything before I could see the Bureau is the director's life. There's no room for anything else. If the forces contained here escaped, we'd be dragged back into an age of superstition, terror, death. Assuming you think we ever really left that behind. Any emergency, any major containment breach, and the lockdown goes into effect. I implemented this security measure in my first years as director. I knew we were vulnerable. I'd personally seen the cost of sloppiness. I made sure the internal lockdown could only be lifted by a directorial override, only to be used when the director is confident the sectors are safe to be opened again. This way, the director is the last line of defense. And if I screw up, it's on me, and me alone.
Sure, but it also makes you the primary point of vulnerability, which, well, I understand the thought process behind it, but who watches the Watchmen, you follow? That's why I don't like hierarchies. A shared load is easier for everyone to lift. Up we go. Over here. There it is. We passed field training. We can do this now. Soon we'll be able to do other things with that. We're not going to Black Rock just yet. Okay. I believe... Well, hang on. Yeah, we're just talking to Emily. Alrighty. To the executive sector it is. There we are.
Trench was shot dead. The situation's getting worse.
It's not getting worse.
Jesse, you made it.
Yeah.
Lifted the internal lockdown.
Let's talk, Emily.
Yes, of course.
First, here we are. Initial encounters with the entity known as the Hiss have revealed various behavioral facts. Most notably, the Hiss is able to invade or corrupt control points, altered items, and even humans, radically changing their behavior. Curiously, any person wearing one of the wearable HRA devices that Dr. Darling has been distributing over the past weeks was not affected by this corruption. The only known exception to this fact is the new director, Jesse Faden, who possesses an inherent immunity to the Hiss. This could indicate that she has already been corrupted, but her behavior is so in contrast to that of the other Hiss that I have dismissed the theory. My final observation comes from Miss Faden herself. She is able to cleanse materials and organisms of Hiss corruption. We tested this ability on a Hiss-corrupted entity, but unfortunately, the process seems to kill the host. Perhaps the host's physiology becomes reliant on the Hiss? More work to be done. Refer to file redacted for full report. Hey, Dr. Pope? I'm in charge. You're not redacting this for anyone.
Listen, Emily. Screw it. Just tell her. I haven't been completely honest. I have a younger brother, Dylan. When we were kids, we found an old slide projector in Ordinary's landfill. The slides created doorways to other places. Bad things happened. Came through. That's all she gets. The rest stays locked inside. But we found help. Through one of the doorways, we met something. A being.
A being? What kind of being?
It's hard to describe, but she helped us. We managed to turn the projector off. The bad things that came through the doorways were gone. After that, your people came. Tried to grab us. I ran away. They got Dylan. I left him behind.
Bureau agents took your brother?
Yes. You covered it up. No one believed me. I just want to find Dylan. I've been looking for him ever since.
What happened to the slide projector? It sounds like another object of power.
I thought you took it. The Bureau. Along with Dylan.
I've never heard of it. But around here, I assume everything's classified. You know, I looked into the Ordinary AWE case files after you mentioned it. Trench and Darling were both involved. A large area of the containment sector was reserved for it. The case hasn't been active for a long time. I have no idea if anything's still there. Can you tell me more about this being you found?
Let's hope you two get along. She's been with me ever since Ordinary. In my head. She led me to you. I call her Polaris.
As in a guiding star. Did Polaris know about the hiss? If she got you in here in spite of the lockdown, she's very powerful. Which may help explain your test results. Your readings are incredible, Jesse. Now, cross-referencing them with the database, I found 2 matches in Darling's old classified files. Unfortunately, I can't access them beyond the file codes, but one was P6, referring to a prime candidate for a potential future bureau director. This was logged years ago.
Dylan. Is that Dylan?
The other match is on something called Hedron, which must be connected to these Hedron resonance amplifiers somehow. All I know is that Marshall went to the research sector to secure the HRA production after the hiss first attacked.
So, Marshall seems like our best lead on Dylan. I need to go after her. How can I get to the research sector?
Use my keycard. The sector elevator will take you there.
Marshall is the next step.
Nice coat.
What Emily told me about Ordinary, my powers being connected to things in the Bureau's past. I am so close to something. Do you feel it? Something's coming.
We take turns to come for a visit. I helped you. You owe me now. And when time comes, I will come calling.
That is the standard contract. Alrighty. Old Boys Club. Maintenance major targets.
A lot of these questions can be answered.
NSC converters, sure. We can go there right now. They're kind of mini bosses. Let's see how we do. We do have a shield now. And we can spend some ability points as well. I think we've got 4, right? Oh no, we have 8. Extra shield strength. Extra strength. Throw things. Hey, a mod slot. Would you look at that? Those are both going to be 3, so we don't have to worry about them. Multi-launch is something we want. Shield rush is what we're aiming for, so. Let's shall. How are we doing on these, by the way? Oh, it looks like we're good. Plenty of that stuff. We can construct spin as well. We will. I would like to access the rest of that menu. Doesn't seem to wanna. That's okay. We'll deal with it in just a moment. Load out, please. Damage against armor is nice. Damage in general seems nicer. And we now have this. That's just extra energy. Well, I have the worst one. Do we want recovery speed or just extra energy at this point? 7. 7. I think we go with faster recovery. Just for the time being. Alright. Let's bust some heads. Hello, who's a problem? Oh, there you are. Junior supervisor. Another supervisor. Scooch. We scooch again. Boy. They're really busting out all the stops here, huh? Ouch. Yeah, that really hurt. Pardon? Ah. Got me round the corner. Oh well, so it goes. We're a little early to take on some of those anyway. We'll get to try again. Shame though. Actually, what do we have for countermeasures? In the executive sector using Shatter. Charge maneuvers. Yeah, we'll deal with it later. Anyway. That's where we are. We are going to... Central Executive looks like. Alright. And then we're headed to research. To research. Once we're done with research, we can kind of start doing those.
Welcome to the research sector of the Federal Bureau of Control. I'm Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Somebody thought this video would make for great internal communications. I'm looking at you, Mr. Tomasi. So, this is where the magic happens. Anyway, I've been here for 24 years now. I've always been here. And through those years, we've made astonishing discoveries, authored studies of grave importance, and in all this work, there is one thing we know, and that's how little we truly know. Rest assured, we're committed to keep pushing the known laws and borders of reality, and to make the Bureau proud. So, welcome. Assuming you have the necessary clearance, and do follow the safety protocols. Read the manual. Otherwise, bad things will happen.
He plays a very convincing scientist.
Home of the Bureau's mad scientists.
No, just a scientist. I've met a ton of people like this. Starting from a position where you know full and well that you have no fucking idea what it is that you're doing is, boy, extremely real. Anyway, Federal Bureau of Control, hey. So I was just wondering about the plants and research. Is it really necessary to sing to them? I mean, the janitor does have a nice voice and the plants sure seem to like it. Maybe he could just switch it up a bit? I'm getting pretty tired of the tango. And where did these plants even come from? No one seems to remember when they were planted, and people like them a bit too much if you ask me. Are we being invaded by houseplants? Worth looking into, Dr. Lewis. You're not being invaded by houseplants, and it's fine to sing to them. They like Finnish tango. Pardon me. Excuse me. Synchronicity. A glimpse into the paranatural synchronicity and the unseen connections. Synchronicity is a phenomenon long recognized by the wise, but only recently given a name by science. It is how we rationalize events connected by no identifiable causality, yet clearly conjoined in purpose. How does a dream foretell an event in the physical plane? It doesn't. Why do hounds bail at the death of their master? Do you mean bay? I guess. Which has occurred miles away. They don't tend to. The world is unified in ways we do not yet understand, and sometimes we stumble across these invisible, unseen chords and wonder at the result. The visionary Carl Jung, okay. Prepare to catch my hands about that one. Laid the road, and now we must walk it. My fledgling research department will make it our mission to reliably reproduce redacted behavior by the close of 1959. Oh, okay, that's why it's stupid. Never mind. Once done, the mechanics of synchronicity will lay themselves bare in due time. We are striding into the future of science. History may not remember our names, but God himself will. Refer to file redacted for full report. I like how intense they get at the end. Hey, could you move? Thank you. Looks like the hotel room. I mean, there's your problem, right? Ugh. That's also fucked. Yeah, okay. Eat shit. Do you want some more? Come on. Don't think I don't see you. There we are. We done for real, or do you have more? You have more. Don't do it. It tracks, does it? Oh, that'd be why. We all done here? You ready to call it quits? Well, apparently not quite yet, huh? How about now? Great. Well, Dr. Darling's office is up there, so is Dimensional Research. That's full of mold, and we're not gonna touch it. Yeah. That's a mess. For who among us has touched the foundations of this world and deemed them solid? Dr. Theodore Ashe. Oh, we got an assemblage of our posters. His life, there we go. Don't read confidential correspondence. It's not just rude, it's illegal. Says someone biting my steez. Avoid modern technology. Don't let mold hitch a ride. Do as you're told. Don't eat mold. Is that a stapler? Can't find your office. Just watch your step. That's the correspondence. Modern technology, mold again. The restroom. Big restroom. The cleanest restrooms anywhere in New York City, I fucking guarantee you. Doubly so for an office building. Are you fucking kidding me? Beautiful in there. That's probably not right. Nope, just unusually bright. We're gonna use our brains to just do that. Oh, when did the Backrooms come out? I'm not entirely sure. The witch is making a point about how this is similar in ways to the Backrooms, but you know, I'm old. It's right there in the name. So I have no fucking idea when the Backrooms was a thing. For now, while the witch is looking that up. Black Rock Analysis. Hi, Carla. Does it strike you as odd that Darling insists on having us appear in those bizarre videos of his? Oh, this is one of the scientists in the video. I mean, we just stand there. He doesn't even let us have lines or anything. Don't get me wrong, beats a day in the lab. Why? I like the lab. Plus, it's always great to work with you. Labs are great to work in. I don't know what these people are talking about. You go on about your business, you perform your stuff, make sure your shit lines up, and all's good. It's a nice environment. You know precisely what you're doing, how to do it, and so long as you follow the rules, all's good. Anyway, oh yeah, I finished the comparative analysis of the 2 black rock samples you sent. The prism, or whatever you called it. Nice. I filed them in the usual place under C for Carla. A handy mnemonic device, right? Haha. Oh. Oh god, he's one of those. Anyway, let me know if there's anything you want to discuss about the data. I'll gladly explain. Dude, maybe we could chat about it over some drinks or dinner even. I can't remember the last time I had a good steak. Maybe we could go together after work sometime? I'm free tomorrow. All the very best, Hubert. Hubert, my dude, this sucks. What do we got? Oh, Backrooms is 2019. Yeah. Then I'm fairly certain that Control beat Bunch. When were they again? 2018, 2017, something like that. In the meantime, Hiss snipers. Bureau snipers specialized in eliminating threats from a distance, using the telltale searchlights affixed to their rifles to search for targets. What? No. His snipers are no less lethal. The corruption has not changed their tactics. They clearly prefer to maintain a good distance from their target, waiting in elevated positions for a clear shot. Care should be taken in open spaces. Check balconies. I should note that their rifles are equipped with a bayonet for close quarters combat, and the Hiss snipers are well aware of how to use it. Refer to file redacted for full report. Yeah, 2019 is the release date, but yeah, development cycle is anywhere from 3 to 5 years on average. So, yeah, that checks out. It may have just been something in kind of the cultural zeitgeist, this sense of places that you only ever pass through, but you don't ever take a time to look at, which could easily become strange in the way that they're presented and in the way that you have to move through them. Yeah. The witch is saying that she mentions this just because the Backrooms is very popular right now, and yeah, if you like that kind of thing, you probably will also like this. Those folks didn't make it to the shelter. Or they made it just a few feet outside of it when they decided to come out too early. Henderson. Made in the USA. Got it. Henderson household. Corpses. Mail. Mold. Sealed rooms. Labs 1, 2, and 3 sealed. All right. Well, there's parapsychology. And that's where we're going. And that's a problem.
She's in trouble. I need to reach her.
We're working on it. Nothing there. Okay. This'll be... oh, parakinesiology. This'll be easier to navigate once we've, you know... unfucked the local geometry. Twofer. Have that back. Where are you going, you little shit? We good? We're good. I think it knows I'm here. Yeah, sit back down. I'll come in when I'm able to. Emergency call supplement. Transcript of a call to the California State Emergency Services. 911, what's your emergency? Hello? Hello, I'm here. Can you hear me? I can hear you, ma'am. Where are you? I'm, inside the wires. I'm lost. Ma'am, have you been drinking tonight? I feel like I'm stretching through the wire towards you. Don't hang up. I might go if you hang up. Go where, ma'am? Go. Gone. Way. Okay, can you describe your surroundings? Unknown noise. Ma'am? Hello, ma'am? Note the dispatcher attempted to call the number back, but it was no longer in service. Gotta look out about getting sucked into the wires. That's the research sector. We have a hotline, yes? Okay. Yeah, like, don't sweat it. So that one hid from me. How about you? Just vibing, huh? Oh, that's Astral Exhibition. Mannequins. Keep your distance from the glass. Can't tell me what to do. Dunno. Apparently nothing. Sealed doors. Okie doke. Open. Ah, perfect.
The astral plane.
Uh-huh.
Similar to an iceberg, what you see is not what you always get. Regardless, this place is vitally important to the Bureau. Most information on the astral plane is classified. Keeping in mind that these are staggeringly complex systems. The astral plane. Similar to an iceberg, what you see is not what you always get. Regardless, this place is vitally important to the Bureau. Most information on the astral plane is classified, but we can talk in broad strokes, keeping in mind that these are staggeringly complex systems, and simplification does them no justice. Now, the white non-space, the ever-present inverted black pyramid, the board, all linked, intrinsically tied to the oldest house, tied to the director, the process of choosing a director, tied to all objects of power in terms of who controls them. Yes.
Seems heavily edited in light on explanation. The astral plane, as we were told, is a conflux. A switchboard, a crossroads. A place where a lot of things route through. An excellent broadcast location. There we go. Hey. Orb. Y'all know how it can be one orb. Pictures of it. Astral Exhibition. The Astral Exhibition was originally built for the astronauts to use as a training location, a place to grow accustomed to the sights and sounds of the astral plane before diving into the real thing. We could have done a better job with it, but Redacted was being stingy with the budget. However, once we discovered the Redacted, we decided to repurpose the space. Similar to how zoos hope familiar surroundings will affect the well-being of their animals, we hope to observe the Redacted behavior in an environment similar to its home dimension. So far, it just breaks everything we put in it. But Rome wasn't built in a day. Refer to file 3-19-3811 for a full report. Addendum. New naming conventions have been established for the astral entity, now known as Astral Spike. Outdated terms in this report have been redacted.
An early hypothesis was
we can do this better. We can do this better. I find it nicer to just watch this here. Like, it's very nice for me to get the little immersive framing, but I mean, it's not so nice on the watch back.
An early hypothesis was that the mindscape of the astral plane is subjective, but that was fast proven wrong. It's an actual place. Not a construct of the mind, even though it is with our minds that we enter and experience it. But then, one could argue that that's the case with all reality. We've been able to record footage of the astral plane by monitoring the brain activity of those experiencing it. That is the only concrete material that has come out of the astral plane expeditions. Apart from one shocking exception. In the astral plane footage, we're always in the vicinity of the pyramid. We've concluded that this, not the entire plane, is what the board controls. We have glimpsed movement, native species, always in the distance, and yet contact was made. We don't have footage of this, a technical malfunction, but when one of our astronauts returned, a brain cloud, an astral fugue, had hitchhiked a ride in his head. It ruptured out, killing the subject in question. It's a relentless predator, pursuing thoughts, minds, lethal to those the entity feeds on. Proper containment protocols are to be observed when dealing with it.
There we go. There's the rest of that original video.
But that was fast proven wrong. It's an actual...
I can't believe they keep that thing here.
I mean, where else are you gonna put it? We're gonna have to deal with Spike. Which is just what we're going to call him. Hello, Spike. I need this for a moment. And we gotta dip around that fool. I don't have any idea what that did. Ah. Pardon me, Spike. Shuts the doors. Hang on a second here. You're really making this more complicated than it has to be, friend. We can kind of get him to knock it off. There you go, bud.
What was the Bureau doing with that thing?
Watching him. Why? You're not curious?
Someone answer, damn it! We need backup down here.
Working on it. There we go. That's an orb. I told y'all about orb. You gotta look out for it. And it's gonna just kind of sort of keep fixing these folks until we do that. Yeah, hang on a second with this. There's an unpleasant fellow in a chair up there. His brain's very good. There we are. Not so good now. There was someone up there too. Ah, they're there. I see you. Sure. Right. That's a larger boy. We'll throw armor-piercing stuff on this at some point. For now, this is what we're doing. Looks like we broke something important, though. I see. That'll do it. Thanks for the grenades. Anybody else? No, we're good. Okay. Let's kick our neighbor out. Yeah. Back to the left department. All agents are ordered to converge here. Okay. Well, we're gonna do some reading. Hiss clusters, orb, are unique in that they are concentrated manifestations of Hiss resonance without the need of a host. Hiss clusters are dense spherical compressions of Hiss resonance that serve support functions in the hierarchy of Hiss entities. The clusters are capable of replenishing Hiss hosts with infusions of resonance. This does not heal any physical damage inflicted on the organic host, but rather seems to rejuvenate them, allowing them to endure more bodily harm than normally possible. The fact that the Hiss makes an effort to preserve its corrupted host underlines a level of awareness and discretion that was previously just speculation on my part. Can this entity be considered an individual or simply an extension of the Hiss as a whole? Capturing one, quote, alive would be quite interesting. Refer to file redacted for full report as usual. Utilization of paranatural elements. Rethinking groupthink. Summary. This study extends the works of Irving Janis, Robert Barron, and others by proposing strong causal links between groupthink and the passive or active use of telepathy. Weird spot to start from. To prove these connections, the parapsychology department carried out variations of Solomon Ash's original conformity experiments using a telepathic individual as the subject. See experiments redacted for details. Extensive qualitative and quantitative data resulting from these experiments was then used to identify telepathic interference within the group. Further empirical findings suggest measures can be taken to safeguard against telepathic influence on behaviors by engaging in redacted Rather boldly, this paper stands to revolutionize decades of groupthink theory and provide new directions for further experimentation on the mind, including manipulation of redacted and redacted. Refer to file 3-18-2849 for full report. We got equations. We got prizes. We got more reads. Oh, a captive audience. Investigate the X-ray. We will. It's in the hypnosis lab, which is down this way. Hypnosis lab.
I see it. Another object of power? They're just standing there.
They are just standing there.
By it.
We'll need these. Okay. Good for us. Someone will have left a note somewhere. Executive, major threats. Well, we can't quite get there right now, can we? That's bits. That's cut up. So, let's continue to look around. Maybe it's that. Is that it? Do you need a thicker barrier around these? No, that seems to be just the way to do it. Okay, yes. So you do need a thicker barrier around these. There it is. Weird system. I don't seem to care. Which is just as well. Really? Alright. Oh, we can do it that way too, that's fine.
Please state your name for the record. Paul Warren, astronaut first class, and you are aware that exposure to the astral plane can result in death, disability, personal injury, corporeal untangling, cognitive collapse, loss of ego, and partial to full dementia? Yeah. I am. And you acknowledge that your use of the astral conduit, aka the X-ray light box, is purely voluntary? Yes, I do. Perfect. Your suit is good? Yeah. Okay, you're all set. Open the door for Mr. Warren, please.
Okie doke. Well, Mr. Warren's not here. Gimme. Use C's. Find another way. Okay. Not that. That. this now? That one apparently they didn't want me to do. It may be that I've just got too many. Get him. Sick him, dude. Okay. Oh, you came back. That's nice. Keep shooting that guy up there, please. Thank you. Ow. Knock it off, dickhead. I wish my boys were better at this. Get them. Oh, they did it. Hooray. Brain fuckery. Alright, see ya. Thanks. And I think we'll head on up to this particular point and call it for the evening with Director Faden. Oh, the brain thing's fixed. That's good. Make sure that it does its thing. And then we'll go where we go. You know, I'll fight with the menu. As one does. There it is. So, we learned what today? Dylan is probably here. He's probably P6, and Triangle's name is Polaris. Which means that Jessie has the full set, doesn't she? There's Polaris that she's hanging out with, and a representation of Sirius, if you wanted to get that far into it. Who's really running the show? Let's be honest, there's someone doing the heavy lifting here. And it's not Triangles, but that's alright. We can all be forgiven for taking a back seat sometimes. Anyway, next time, more stuff in the parapsychology department. We're looking for Marshall. We'll find her. Her and her kick-ass coat. While you wonder if your coats are good enough, I'll leave you to wander alone for a bit. See ya.